Hello, friends, and welcome to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World, where the next couple of days I'm going to be trying something different to see how it goes. I am bringing Statis Pro Baseball to my channel in the mornings today and tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central. Tonight, I'm also bringing a game to you that's Superstar Baseball. The one and done tournament will continue tonight at 6 p.m. Central. And tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central will be Replay Classic Baseball. So, Statis Pro in the morning, tonight Superstar Baseball, tomorrow Statis Pro in the morning, and Replay Classic in the evening. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to bring Statis Pro to you today. I am 8 games into a replay of the 1983 Milwaukee Brewers season, a team near and dear to my heart, as you know, despite the fact that I'm wearing a Twins jersey today. The 1983 Brewers in my replay have concluded a lengthy opening season road trip, which took them to play the California Angels, the Kansas City Royals, and the Toronto Blue Jays for a total of 8 games. It didn't start well, but it ended up okay. They ended up splitting the 8 games, and right now are sitting at 4-4 on the very young season. We are up to today, opening day at County Stadium in 1983. It is April 15th, 1983, tax day in 1983, and the Brewers will be hosting the Kansas City Royals. Now, the opposing pitchers in today's game will be a pair of left-handers. It's Larry Gura on the mound for the Royals against Bob McClure for the Milwaukee Brewers. Using Statis Pro Baseball, and we're using the dice-only version, which I don't think anybody else on YouTube does. So if you want to learn how that kind of works, I'm going to try and show that to you as well. I have 2 demos on my channel for that as well. Going to go kind of slow early on in the game and then pick up speed as we go. So I guess we're ready to go. I've got my 3 D6s and I've got my 2 D8 dice. And so we're ready to play Statis Pro Baseball. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. And follow me on Twitter at KurtBerglund14. I've got a bunch of stuff in the description for the video that you'll find interesting as well if you are interested in Statis Pro Baseball. Free downloads, free links, all that good stuff. Thanks again for joining me. Let's get to today's starting lineup. This is the start of a brief 2-game series. The Royals visiting Milwaukee. Leading off in left field, Willie Wilson, batting second for the Royals today. These are, by the way, the as-played lineups, because if we don't use the as-played lineups, heads explode all over this great land of ours. So Willie Wilson will lead off in left field. UL Washington bats second at shortstop. George Brett bats third at third base. Amos Otis bats fourth in center field. Hal McCrae bats fifth. He'll be the DH. Frank White bats sixth at second base. Jerry Martin bats seventh in right field. Don Slaught bats eighth, and he'll do the catching. And John Wathen will bat ninth and play first base. On the mound, it's Larry Gura. And there you see 31 starts for Larry for the left-hander on the 1983 season. For the homestanding Brewers, their opening day lineup, at home anyway, their home opener, Paul Molitor leads off at third. Robin Yount bats second at shortstop. Cecil Cooper bats third at first base. Ted Simmons bats fourth. He'll do the catching. Gorman Thomas bats fifth. He'll play center field. Ben Ogilvy bats sixth. He'll play left. Don Money bats seventh. He'll be the DH today. Charlie Moore bats eighth. He'll play right field. And Jim Gantner will bat ninth. He'll be at third base. On the mound, It's Bob McClure, the left-hander for the Brewers, 23 starts on the 1983 season. All right. Going to use the 5 dice. Going to roll them all at once. The D6s determine if the pitcher card will control the outcome of the at bat, and the D8s, we're going to read the red die as the tens digit and the white die as the ones digit for either card that is required. So, with all that said, Bob McClure is finishing his warm-up tosses, and he will be facing Willie Wilson with the first pitch of the ball game. Okay, so Bob McClure finishes his warm-up tosses, and I'll show you how we work this. This is the Statis Pro Dice chart. You can download it from Tabletop Sports. I'll put that website on my description for the video, but if you have trouble finding this chart and you'd like to have it, email me at berglund.kurt@yahoo.com, and I will send it to you as a PDF attachment in a reply to your email. If you have this and you have the other Statis Pro charts, you're ready to play without any FACs, or you can use FACs and this chart if you want to blend the two. All right, so we are ready to go. Bob McClure makes his first pitch to Willie Wilson. So this is how these are read when I do this. If it's a 1 or a 6, we're going to need something else. But if it's a 2 through 5, we're just looking at the pitcher chart. This is 8, so it's beyond McClure's control rating of a roll of 2 through 6. So if it's a 7 through 12, then we know we're going to the batter's card. In this case, the batter's card number will be a 37. Willie Wilson launches one to center field. See the 3B8. That's going to get over Gorman Thomas's head for a leadoff triple in this game, and Willie Wilson's 90 feet away from scoring the first run. Here we go. I'm going to play the infield back. The pitch from McClure is a 6 here, a 2-6. So that's in his range. A 56 is in his out area. So we're going to re-roll. We know that UL Washington is a switch hitter with normal power. So he'll be an RN on this chart, a registered nurse. And a 56 tells us that it's a G6A. And I'll turn the lights on at the ballpark so we can see a little bit better. It's a G6A for an RN batter. 56, G6A. And we're playing there's a runner on third, we're playing the infield back. So it says 6-3, 3-H. So it's a ground out to short, and the runner on third is what the parenthetical will tell you, what happens to him, and Willie Wilson will score. So UL Washington grounds out to Yount, who throws to Cooper, and while that's happening, Willie Wilson jogs home from third base, although I don't think Willie Wilson ever jogged anywhere in his life. So here we have a ground out. We have an RBI for UL, and we have a run scoring. Now, we're keeping track of McClure's starter rating, and so we're going to give him a hit, and one for the hit and one for the run, a couple of deductions there on his way to 17 for the game. All right, now it's Brett. I promise I'm going to go faster. The pitch is a 3. That's on McClure's card. An 81 is on his out chart. So we get a random number for George. His hitting chart is LP. We have a 76. And that will be a fly ball to center field. Gorman Thomas is driven back a few steps. but he's going to make the catch for out number 2. And next up is A.O., Amos Otis. McClure kicks and deals. That is a 2-3, so that's on McClure's card. We have a 65, that's in his out area. Otis is an RN, so he's going to take on the medical profession later in life. No, that's a joke. RN is a 35. And it's hit on the ground to Paul Molitor. And he's up with it and throws to Cecil Cooper, and that will retire the Royals in inning number 1. They get a run on a hit and lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Larry Gura comes out to finish his warm-up tosses, getting ready for the Brewers lineup in the bottom of the first. We'll shift this down here so you can see a little better. And Gura has the same 2 through 6 that McClure does. Of course, a different chart here. His pitch to Molitor is a 1-6. The 1 tells us that we will be making an error check. The 1-7 tells us that it's beyond Gura's range, so it's going to be on Molitor's card, and it's a 45. That's in Molitor's out area. He's an RN. It's a 12. For an RN batter, a 12 is a it's a comebacker gloved by Gura. But now we have to check for the error because we still have this 1 up here. And so the error number for Gura is a 0. He made no errors apparently in the 83 season, so he throws to John Wathen at first, and Molitor is retired. We are underway in the bottom of the first. The pitch from Gura to Yount is a 2-5. That's on Gura's card. It's in his out range right here. So Yount's an RN. 14 is a tapper in front of home plate. On it is Don Slaught. He will fire to John Wathen at first base and retire Yount 2-3 on the putout. Now it's Cooper, probably the hottest hitting Brewer so far. The pitch from Gura is a 1-6, so we're going to make that error check again, but it's on Gura's card. A 34 is in his out range. LP is Cooper's chart. A 23 for an LP is a ground ball to Wathen. Now he's going to take it to first himself, but does he trip and fall on his way there? No, I'm kidding. We got to check his error number. Wathen's error number at first is an E3. So we look at the error chart, which is on this same dice chart. The E3 runs us from 11 to 21. So if I roll an 11 to 21, that's going to be an error. But 22 or better, and Wathen's going to make that play without any trouble. He makes that play without any trouble, and that retires the Brewers in the first. After 1, it's 1-0 Royals. Bob McClure coming back out for inning number 2. He will face McCray, White, and Martin, a trio of right-handed batters. The lefty kicks and deals. This is a 5-3, so that's on McClure's card. It's a 14, and that's hit back through the box. Into center field. Gorman Thomas collects it and fires it back in. The Royals have another leadoff base runner, this time in the second inning. Frank White up. McClure sets and deals. It's a 1-9. So that'll be an error check, but it'll be on White's card. White hits this one down into the left field corner. Ben Ogilvy's got to go get it. Ben Ogilvy is an E2, so we'll check for an error on him. Let's see if he handles it okay out there. He does not. He's an E2. So 11 to 16, he makes an error. So White hits it down into the left field corner, but Ogilvy fumbles it. And now we have to see what kind of error it is. So we re-roll the random dice. It's an 87. And 87, this is the error type. So an 87 is an error type 5. The outfielder lets the ball get by him. The batter takes 2 extra bases. And the other runners score. All right. So it's a double for White. It's an E7, which is going to score McClure. And White is going to come all the way around to score, as Ogilvy really butchered it out there. The Royals lead 3-0. Now we're keeping track of McClure's deductions. So we have 2 for the first inning, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. And it's 3-0 Royals. That's how I'm keeping track of these on the score sheet. This is where you find McClure's starting deduction, or his final deduction number. Once he gets to 18, then all of your results for every at-bat will be off the batter's card unless I yank him. So you can be sure he'll be gone before then. Jerry Martin at the plate now with nobody out and nobody on in the second inning. The pitch from McClure is a 2-9, so that's on Martin's card. A 33 is more trouble. Into the left center field gap. It's going to split Ogilvy and Thomas. Martin's around first, heading to second with a double. McClure's troubles continue. The stretch and the delivery to Slot. An error check, but this will be on McClure's card. It's in his out range, 75. Slot is an RN. A 35 is a ground ball third base. GX5. Now, we have to do the error check, which we will do on Molitor. Molitor's error number is a 3. So we're going to roll our random dice. Before we do that, if everything goes okay, we have a GX5. And what happens with a runner at second is Molitor makes the play and Martin would hold it first. But let's see if he makes the play. He is an E3. It's a 67. The error goes from 11 to 21 on an E3. So a 67, he's going to make the play. He's going to check Martin at second and then make the play to Cooper for out number 1 in the Kansas City second. Now it's Wathan. McClure the stretch and the delivery to John Wathan is a 3-8, so that'll be on Wathan's card. It's a 42. That's in Wathan's out range. So we're going to get a random number. He's an RN. A 44 with a runner on second for an RN is a ground ball to short. That will also hold Jerry Martin at second base as Yount gloves it and fires to Cooper for out number 2. Next up is Willie Wilson. Willie Wilson with Martin at second and 2 gone in the second. This is going to be another error check. We have a 1-7. That's going to be on Wilson's card. It's a 44. Hey, struck him out. And no error check. So that will retire the side in inning number 2. But the Royals get 2 more on 3 hits. Brewers coming in the bottom of the second. It'll be Simmons, Thomas, and Ogilvy. Pitch from Gura is a 5-6, so that's on Gura's card. A 68 is in his out range, so Simmons with a switch hitter against the lefty Gura will be an RN. And we'll look on the chart for a 26 under an RN. That's hit on the ground to Frank White. He's up with it and throws to John Wathan at first base for out number 1 in the second. Gorman Thomas coming up now. The pitch from Gura is going to be on Gura's card. It's a 2-3. A 42 is on Gura's out range. Thomas is an RP. That's a 58. A 58 and an RP is the line drive snagged by UL Washington. And there are 2 gone in the second. Ben Ogilvy coming now. Gura kicks and deals. That is going to be a 6-5. Now, there are not runners on base, so we don't worry about the 6. We have a 5. And that'll be on Gura's card. It's a 63 in Gura's outrange. Ogilvy is an LP. We rolled a 53. So a 53 for an LP is a ground ball to George Brett at third. He's up with it and throws to John Wathan. And that will retire Milwaukee in inning number 2. So after 2 complete, it's Royals 3, Brewers nothing. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 batters for the Royals up in the third. Washington, Brett, and then Otis. McClure winds and deals. Be a batter result. 51 is on Washington's card. He's an RN. A 14 and an RN is a ground ball tapper in front of home plate. Ted Simmons on it. And he fires to Cooper for out number 1 in the third. Now it'll be George Brett. McClure winds and deals to Brett. That's a 6-10, so that'll be on Brett's card, but this is more trouble. To center, and it splits Moore and Thomas in right center. Around first goes Brett. He's got a 1-out double. Here's Otis. McClure sets and deals. This will be on Otis's card. It's a 68. He's an RN. 72 for the RN is a fly ball deep to left. Now, is Brett going to tag in advance? Only if he is an A. So, Brett is, I don't believe he is an A base runner. No, he is not. So he holds at second on the fly out to Ogilvy. Hal McRae up with 2 outs. McClure sets and deals to McRae. That will be a check we need to make. This is a, you had flagged on this on your chart. It's a CD, clutch defense chart play. And we're going to use the number 68 for that to determine which player is involved to make a clutch defensive play. McRae is an RN. Our random number is a 68. That's hit to center, so Gorman Thomas gets the opportunity to make a clutch play if he can. He is a 2 clutch defender, which is as good as it gets. So now we're going to re-roll on the clutch defense chart. Clutch defense chart, outfielders only. Thomas is a 2. And Thomas is going to make the catch on a line out right to him, which would give him a chance to double up Brett. But there are 3 outs now, so there's no need to do that. That retires the Royals in the third. We go to the bottom of the third with your score. Kansas City 3, Milwaukee nothing. Bottom third of the Brewers order coming up now. Money, Moore, and Gantner. The pitch from Gura, that's a 3-5, so it's on Gura's card. A 66 is going to be in Gura's out range. Money is an RN. A 78, hit in the air to center, but not deep. Amos Otis is there, and he puts it away for out number 1. Here comes Brewer right fielder Charlie Moore. Gura kicks and deals. That's a 2-6 on Gura's card. We have a chopper on the infield. It's going to be off Gura's glove, rolling toward Brett, but he's got no play. Charlie Moore with an infield hit. That's the 1BF designation, infield hit. And that'll be Gantner with 1 out and 1 on. Gura the stretch, and the delivery to Gantner is a 5-10, so that's on Gantner's card. But it's a 62. It's on his out range. He's an LN. 25 for an LN is a line out to first. It's gloved by Wathen. 2 down, and that'll leave it up to Molitor. Maybe hit something in the gap, get more home. Royals lead 3-0 early in this one. The pitch from Gura is a 4-6, so it's on Gura's card. A 64 is in Gura's out range. Molitor is an RN. That's a 28. And it's grounded to Frank White. Frank is going to throw to Wathen, and that's going to retire the Brewers in inning number 3. We go to the 4th, and your score, Royals 3, Brewers 0. Brewers opening day. You can be sure it was a chilly affair. They always are. And, of course, County Stadium, not Miller Park. So no roof. You just froze. Frank White up now. Doubled and scored in the 2nd. The pitch from McClure. We're going to do an error check because of the 1. We have a 5. It's going to be on McClure's card. It's a 26, and hey, struck him out. Number 2 for McClure. Now it's Jerry Martin. 6-7, so that'll be on, we don't worry about it, nobody's on base, so we just look at the 7, that's going to be on Martin's card. A 41 is to left and deep. Back goes Ogilvy, but it's gone. A solo homer for Jerry Martin. That'll give McClure 2 more deductions, so he's up to 10 now. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's right. And it'll be slot 4-0 Royals, as the Royals are ruining the Brewers' opening day party. Pitch from McClure will be on, it's a 5-9, so that's on the batter's card. A 72 is in slot's out range. He's an RN. And an 85 is hit in the air to right. Charlie Moore toward the line is going to make the catch, and there's 2 gone in the Royals' 4th. Up now is John Wathen with 2 outs and nobody aboard. McClure kicks and deals. 5-7. That's on Wathen's card. A 37. Hey, struck him out on the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas. Bottom of the 4th coming. Royals leading by a score of 4-0. Brewers got to get going here offensively. Gura has been tough so far. Yount 0 for 1. The pitch is on Gura's card. It's a 2-3. A 63 is in Gura's out range. Yount is an RN. A 32 for an RN is grounded to Brett at 3rd. He's up with it and throws to Wathen for out number 1 in the 4th. Cooper at the plate now. Gura winds and delivers. A 2-7 will be on Cooper's card, and Cecil corks 1 to left. This is going to get over the head of Willie Wilson and 1 hop the wall. Around first goes Cooper on his way to 2nd with a 1 out. 20. Sorry, we had to look at Cooper's card. Oh, only a base hit for Cooper. If I look at the right card, we get everything right. It's a base hit to right. Jerry Martin throws it back in. 1 out, 1 on for the Crew. Now it's Simmons. Gura the stretch and the delivery to Simba. That's a 12, so that's going to be on Simmons' card. It's a 52. He is an RN. 72 for an RN. Hit deep to left. Back goes Willie Wilson to the wall, and he makes the catch. Cooper retreats to first, and with 2 outs, it'll be Gorman Thomas. Gura winds and deals to Thomas. That's a 5-7, so we're looking at Thomas's card. It's an 86, which is going to be in the out range. A 33 is an RP, and it's grounded to Brett one more time. He's going to go the short way to White, and that will retire the Brewers in inning number 4. We go to the 5th with your score. Royals 4, Brewers nothing. McClure facing Wilson to lead off the 5th. Pitch from Bobby Mack is going to be on Wilson's card. It's a 37, and it's more trouble. Going to get past Thomas. He's going to run it to the wall. Around second is Wilson. He's heading to third. Thomas to Yount. Yount to Molitor. Wilson sliding, and he's in with a triple. That will get action going in the Brewer bullpen for manager Harvey Keene. Tom Tellman is going to start to throw. Right-hander. Washington is at the plate, and the Brewer infield is going to move in. The Brewers trail 4-0 in the top of the 5th. There is nobody out. The pitch to UL is a 5-5, so that's on McClure's card. It's a 68, that's on his out range. We have an RN at the plate in UL. Let's see what he does with it. 14. Tapper in front of home plate. The infield is in or back, doesn't matter. Simmons gloves it and makes the play to Cooper. Wilson has to hold. And so there is now 1 out. The Brewer infield is going to remain in. And it's Brett, 1 for 2. McClure the stretch and the delivery to George Brett is a 2-4. So that will be on McClure's card. It's a 57. That's in his out range. And a 14 for an LP. Again, tapped in front of the plate. Simmons on it and fires to Cooper. And that worked out very, very nicely for the Brewers. Their infield goes to normal depth now, and it's Otis at the plate. McCray on deck. McClure the stretch. Is he going to get out of this? The pitch is a 6-6. So we have a runner on base. We're going to look at the clutch defense chart. The 16 tells us who. The RN is going to be clutch defense for Ted Simmons. The catcher for the Brewers in today's game. His clutch defense is a 1 at catcher. So now we get our clutch defense chart. And we look at the catchers only chart. Simmons is a 1 on clutch defense. We re-roll our random number, and it's a 48. Diving catch of a pop fly. Lead runner doubled off. That doesn't matter. It's the 3rd out. So Simmons makes an acrobatic diving catch. That retires the Royals in the 5th. They strand a leadoff triple by Willie Wilson. We're halfway through this one. Royals lead 4-0. Maybe that'll give the Brewers some Mojo, some juju for the bottom of the fifth. Ogilvy, money, and more coming up. 6, 7, 8 against Gura. Larry winds and deals. That's a 6-3. Nobody's on. We don't worry about the 6. It's a 3. That's on Gura's card. It's a 75. That's in Gura's out range. Ogilvy is an LP. That's a 55. And it's grounded to UL Washington at short. He's up with it and fires to John Wathen for out number 1. Don Money coming up. He's 0 for 1 in today's game. Gura winds and deals. That's a 1-3. So we're going to do an error check. Let's see what happened first. It's on Gura's card because of the 3. A 48. Money is an RN. 36 for the RN is a ground ball to Brett. Now we'll see if George can handle that without incident. George Brett is an E8. My goodness. He's an E8 at third base. So we need a new random number. The E8 goes from 11 to 38. And he makes the play to John Wathen for the out. Number 2. Charlie Moore coming with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Larry Gura winds and deals. It's a 3-11, so that's going to be on Charlie's card. It's a 22. Line drive, base hit, center field. Drops in front of Otis. Charlie has his second hit of the day. Otis throws it back in. We got 2 outs and a man aboard for Gantner. Gura, the stretch and the delivery to Gumby is a 6-7, so that's going to be a clutch defense check. The 16 for an LN is going to be a clutch defense check for catcher Don Slaught. Slaught has a clutch defense rating of 0. So, we look here, catchers only, he's at 0. And Slaught makes a catch of a pop fly, and that retires the side for the Brewers in the 5th. 1 hit, nothing across. Gura's only allowed 3 singles. He hasn't walked anybody, hasn't struck out anybody. He's throwing a shutout. So far, McClure out for inning number 6, trying to hang in there, trying to hold serve till the Brewers offense can get going. It'll be McCray, White, and Martin, a trio of righties in the Royals 6. McClure winds and deals. That's a 2-2, which is, of course, ballet time. On McClure's card, 75 is in the out range, and RN is McCray, 47. And it's grounded to Yount at short. Robbins up with it and throws to Cooper for out number 1. McClure's got a nice string going here. He's retired 6 of the last 7. And if you go back further than that, he has retired 9 of the last 11. Frank White at the plate. He's 1 for 2. McClure winds and deals. That's a 2-11, so that's on... Well, it's a suspected armed robbery, actually. No, I'm kidding. To 2-11, which is going to be on White's card. A 58 is in White's out range. So Frank is an RN. That will be hit deep to center, driving Thomas back. Warning track, and he's got it for out number 2. Jerry Martin coming up now. 2 for 2 in this game. The pitch is a 3-12, so that'll be on Martin's card. It's an 83. That's in Martin's out range. And RP is Martin, 46. And that's hit to short. That's robbing you out. He's up with it and fires to Cooper to close out the Royals in inning number 6. We go to the bottom of the 6th with your score. Kansas City 4, Milwaukee nothing on opening day 1983 in County Stadium. Brewers have a record of 4-4 in my replay. Top of the order coming for the Crew for the defending American League champions. Molitor, Yount, and Cooper. Gura winds and deals to Paul Molitor. That will be on Gura's card. A 58's in his out range. Molitor's an RN. 45 for Molitor is a ground ball to UL Washington. He's up with it and throws to Wathan for out number 1 in the 6th. Here's Robin Yount 0 for 2. Gura winds and delivers a 2-9. That's on Yount's card, but an 84 is in the out range. He's an RN. 64 for Robin. Is hit to left, but not deep. Willie Wilson is there, and there are 2 gone in the 6th. Next up is Cooper. He's 1 for 2. Got one of the 3 singles off Gura in the game. Larry Gura winds and deals. That's a 2-11. That's going to be on Cooper's card, but an 84 is in Cooper's out range. An LP is a 48. That will be a pop-up drifting into foul territory. Frank White is going to go get it, and he does. 4 out number 3. Gura continues his domination of the Milwaukee lineup here. We've played 6. It's complete. It's Kansas City 4, Milwaukee nothing, and Larry Gura throwing a 3-hit shutout. Slot, Wathan, and Wilson 8-9-1 for the Kansas City Royals in the 7th. McClure winds and deals. That's a 4-12, which is on Slot's card. Now I want to show you this. There are splits in the game, and here's how those are handled. This is an optional chart. We have a left-handed pitcher on the mound in McClure. I rolled an 87 for Slot, which is a single with a 2-base advance. That is the consequence of the lefty-righty matchup. All right. So it's a base hit for Slot to lead off the 7th. Going to double check McClure's deductions here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's how many we've got. Okay. All right. Now, Wathan is up. I think we're going to use a little strategy here. Getting that 5th run, I think, in 1983 baseball would be pretty important. So they're going to have Wathan try and lay one down. Here's how you handle that. You ignore finding a PB number when you're looking for a sacrifice. Instead, you obtain a random number and go directly to the chart using the SAC rating of the batter. That means we look at Wathan's card and we find he is a CC bunter. All right, so here's his column. McClure sets and deals to Wathan with Slot at first, nobody out. The pitch is an 88. Wathan tries to lay down a bunt with 2 strikes, and he fouls it off. So he is gone on strikes. That is McClure's 4th strikeout of the day, and we go to Willie Wilson. Well, that worked out in the Brewers' favor. All right, now it's Wilson who's got 2 for 3, a pair of triples. McClure the stretch, and the delivery to Willie is a 4-8, so that's on Wilson's card. It's an 86, and that is on Wilson's out range. He is an RN. A 21 for an RN is a pop-up. Foul territory. Cecil Cooper taking for out number 2. So it's up to UL Washington. Get one in the gap and try and score a slot. UL is 0 for 3. McClure, the stretch and the delivery, is a 4-7. That'll be on Washington's card. A 61 is in his out range. UL is an RN. 77, hit in the air to center, but shallow. Gorman Thomas sprinting in and making the catch for out number 3 in the 7th. So McClure continues pitching well here in the second half of the game. We are ready to stretch him out in Milwaukee, which means that not only is it time to reload the ale, but you get to get out of your seat and try and get the blood flowing back in your legs because it's so cold on opening day. You just, well, it's traumatic. And, of course, hypothermia, always a concern. Ted Simmons, Gorman Thomas, and Ben Ogilvy coming up in the bottom of the 7th. Now, we have a pitching adjustment chart for a pitcher throwing a shutout only in the 7th inning and only when a pitcher is working on a shutout. But in using the chart, certain FAC numbers off either hitter or batter's cards may be changed from hits to outs. After obtaining a random number, we check the chart under the proper inning to see if the hit is converted to an out. All outs are pop-outs and runners hold. Here are the numbers. So, if we are in the 7th, so if we roll a 16, it's going to be a pop-out to the catcher on the pitcher's card. Roll a 16 on Gura's card. It's not going to be a base hit. It's going to be a pop-out to the catcher. And it gets progressively tougher to score if the Brewers don't do something in this inning. Gura winds and deals to it's Simmons, Thomas, and Ogilvy, 4, 5, 6 from Milwaukee in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch from Gura is a 4-8. That's on Simmons' card. It's a 38, and it's to left and deep. Back goes Willie Wilson, and it's right down the left field line for a home run. Ted Simmons breaks up the shutout, so we don't worry about the pitching adjustment chart anymore. It's a 4-1 game for Kansas City. Brewers are on the board. Here comes Thomas. He's 0 for 2. So we have 3 singles allowed by Gura. Now a hit and a run scored gets us to 5. Gura's number is 17, so he's got plenty of stamina left. Gura kicks and deals. It's a 6-6, so that's on Gura's card with nobody out. A 65 is in the out column. Thomas is an RP. That's a 61. Popped him up. That wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. UL Washington under it. Oh, RP, excuse me. 61 RP is a line drive to Washington, and he snags that one for out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Ogilvy coming up now, 0 for 2 for Benji. 5-7, so that's going to be on Ogilvy's card. A 53 is in his out range. He's an LP hitter. 41 is a ground ball. Frank White. He's up with it and throws to Wathen for out number 2 in the 7th. Don Money up now. Be nice to get one more run this inning. We're getting close to Quisenberry time. Money is 0 for 2. The pitch from Gura is a 5-6, so that's on Gura's card. An 84 is in his out range. Money is an RN. A 38 for the RN is grounded to Brett at third. He gloves it to his left, and he throws to Wathen for out number 3. Brewers have to settle for a run on the homer by Simmons in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th with your score, Kansas City 4. Milwaukee 1. Meat of the order coming up for the Royals in inning number 8. And I'm going to get some relievers going here. I'm going to get Tellman back up. Why not? Tellman's up and throwing, not throwing up. There's a big difference. McClure to Brett. 1 for 3 is George. The pitch is a 5-3, so that's on McClure's card. It's a 44, and he walked him. That's not the start you want in the top of the 8th. McClure up to 13 now. He may be on his last batter here. Amos at the plate. McClure the stretch, and the delivery is a 1-9, so there's going to be an error check. That'll be on Otis's card. It's an 81. It's in his out range. An RN. We could use a double play here. A 38 is an RN. Ground ball, third A. G5A. The A tells you he's going to advance the runner. What we don't know is if Molitor is going to make an error on the play. So let's check that. Molitor is an E3. And if we look at the chart for an E3, we find that that means there are errors made 11 to 21. Anything else, and Molitor's going to make the throw to Cooper, and he does. Brett goes to second. Molitor retires Otis 5-3 on the putout. Now it's McClure. Well, we could go to Tellman here. And I think we will. 7 1/3 is enough for McClure today. Bringing a righty to face McClure. Give you McClure's numbers here. 7 1/3 innings. 7 hits. Nope, excuse me, 8 hits. He walked 1. He struck out 4. He allowed 4 runs so far. And they are all earned, despite the error here in the second. Brett is his responsibility at second base. Tellman has a control number of 2 through 8. He was not a hard thrower. Tom Tellman was a side armor. So we'll see how McClure does with that. He is 1 for 3. Hal is 1 for 3 today. Brett's on second, 1 out. The pitch from Tellman is an 8, so it's on Tellman's card. A 68 is in Tellman's out range. An RN is McClure. 17 for the RN is a ground ball to Cooper. Cooper gloves it and takes it himself. Brett goes from second to third. And with 2 outs, Brett's 90 feet away, and it's Frank White. Big run on third base for Kansas City. Infield, normal depth, of course, with 2 outs. Tellman the stretch, and the delivery is a 6-8, so that's going to be a clutch defense check. A 47 for White. He's an RN. The clutch defender is Robin Yount. We'll check Robin's clutch defense number. That is a 1. And now we will re-roll a new random number to determine if Robin's going to make this play. Infielders only, so Yount's a shortstop. He's a 1. 11 to 55. No action occurs on 56 to 88. We rolled a 73, return to normal play, so we re-roll everything now. The pitch to White is a 3-8. That's on Tellman's card. A 63 is in Tellman's out range. 46 for the RN, Frank White. 46 is a ground ball to Yount. He's up with it and throws to Cooper for out number 3 in the 8th. So Tellman does the job. Royals don't score. They strand a runner. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Gura is still out there with his 4-1 lead for Kansas City. Except now, Dan Quisenberry is starting to throw in the Royals bullpen. Charlie Moore, Jim Gantner, and Paul Molitor up in the Brewer 8th. 8-9-1. Gura winds and deals. That's going to be a 4-11, which will be on Moore's card. It's a 33, and that's trouble down the right field line into the corner. Jerry Martin's got to go get it. Moore is around first, and he's got a leadoff double in the 8th. Charlie Moore with 3 of the 5 hits off Larry Gura in this game. Now it's Gantner. And it's tempting to pinch hit for him here. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait. Gura might be on his last batter. Quisenberry's heating up in the bullpen. Gura the stretch, checks Moore at second. The pitch home to Gantner is a 1-5, so we have an error check coming. It's on Gura's card. It's a 57. Moore is an LN. A 24 for an LN is a ground ball to Wathan at first. Now, normally what will happen is that Wathan's going to make that play, and Moore will advance to third, but let's see if Wathan makes an error. John Wathan's error number at first is an E3. So that means that our error number runs from 11 to 21 on the error chart. If I roll anything higher, Wathan's going to make that play. He boots it. Well, isn't that interesting? All right, now we have to re-roll and see what kind of error it is. We got a 13. It's a 61. That's an error type 3. It's a muffed ball with less than 2 outs. Runners advance 1 base, only if forced. Okay, and there's less than 2 outs. So he's going to hold at second. So it's an E3 on Wathan. Gantner beats the rap at first, and there's 2 on. All right, so now the tying run comes to the plate in Molitor. I'm going to update Gura's deductions here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. An error does not count against his deductions. I'm going to tell you why I'm waiting to bring in Quisenberry. Normally, I'm waiting to bring in Quisenberry because he has an endurance of 5. No, I got to bring him in. Quisenberry's coming. I'm not going to let Gura pitch to the tying run. So Quisenberry's on to face Molitor. But Quisenberry can run out of endurance very quickly. He's got a control of 2 through 9, but folks can get on base in a hurry against him and drive him from the game. So we'll see how it goes. We have Moore at second, Gantner at first, and nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-1 Royals. We had a good one. Molitor at the plate, Quisenberry the stretch, and the delivery. Now that's a 1-9, so we got an error check, but it will be on Quisenberry's card. A 74 is in his out range. Molitor is an RN. An 11. Now, all right, so now we come back to our splits. Right-handed pitcher on the mound, right-handed batter, and we have an 11. That's a strikeout. So Quisenberry fans, Molitor, we don't worry about the error check. That's big for the Royals. 1 gone in the 8th. Now it's Yount, 0 for 3. Need a long ball somewhere here. Quisenberry the stretch and the delivery to Robin. That's a 4-2. That'll be on Quisenberry's card. A 78 in his out range. Younts and RN. A 35. A 35 is a ground ball to George Brett. We have runners at first and second. 35. GX5. Runners at first and second. So Brett is going to go to White for 1, and the relay to Wathen is not in time. So Yount beats the Rap at first. He hits into a fielder's choice and is safe at first. Gantner is retired 5-4 from Brett to White. Moore moves to third, and there's runners at first and third now for Cooper. Cooper is the tying run at the plate, as was Molitor, as was Yount. Quisenberry is one pitch from getting out of the mess. The pitch to Coop is a 2-5. That's on Quisenberry's card. A 67 is in his out range. LP for Cooper. A 34 is ground ball to Frank White. He's going to go the short way to UL at second. And that will retire the Brewers, and they come up with nothing in the 8th after getting the first 2 base runners on. We go to the 9th with your score. Royals 4, Brewers 1, opening day 1983. Brewers with a 4-4 record at risk of dropping under 500. Martin at the plate. Slot, and then Wathen 7-8-9 against Tellman. Pitch to Jerry Martin is a 2-4. That's on Tellman's card, but it's a base hit through the box. A single for Martin. It's his 3rd hit of the day. That's going to get more action going in the Brewer bullpen because I'm still not giving up on this game. Jamie Easterly and Jim Slayton, lefty-righty double-barrel action, just the way Harvey Keane likes it. In the 9th, Slot is 1 for 3. Terrible bunter, so we're not doing that. The pitch from Tellman is a 2-4, so that's on Tom Tellman's card. A 52 is in his out range. Slot is an RN. A 53 for the RN. Ground ball hit to Yount. He's going to go to Gantner for 1. The relay to Cooper is not in time as Martin breaks up the double play attempt with a hard slide. He knocked Gantner into left field, and with 1 out now, it's Wathen, who's 0 for 2. Tellman the stretch, and the delivery to Wathen is a 5-8. That's on Tellman's card. A 57 is in his out range. Wathen is an RN. 21 for the RN is a pop-up. Foul territory, Cecil Cooper near the railing, and he's going to make the catch for out number 2. Now it's Wilson. Wilson! Tellman the stretch, check Slot. The pitch home to Willie Wilson is a 1-12. So we've got an error check. The 12 puts it on Wilson's card. A 53, hey, struck him out. That'll retire the side in the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Brewers have to get 3 off one of the best relievers in the history of the game, Quisenberry. So, it's Simmons, Thomas, and Ogilvy in the bottom of the 9th. No action in the Royals bullpen. It's all on Quiz. Simmons up. He homered in the 7th. Quisenberry delivers. We have an error check. 87. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, base hit Simmons. I'll show you where I'm getting that from. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, which is Simmons. 87, single advance 2. We have an error check. So now I got to figure out who to check the error for. So what I'm going to do, 1 to 2 will be for the left fielder. 3 to 4 will be center field. 5, 6 will be the right fielder. It's a base hit to right. We're going to check Martin's error rating. Jerry Martin is a E5. So we'll see if Simmons is going to get to run the bases here. And E5 goes from 11 to 27. He boots it. So it's a single and an error on Martin. A 38 is an error type 4. The outfielder boots the ball in front of him. Batter takes one extra base. And so it's a single plus an E9 on Martin. Simmons goes to second. And there's nobody out. Now, importantly, Quisenberry gets a deduction here. Thomas coming to the plate. All right. Quisenberry, the stretch, checks Simmons, but he's not going anywhere at second base. The pitch to Gorman is a 1-5, so we have another error check. The 5 tells us it's Quisenberry's card. No, wait a minute. Sorry. A 3-5, that's on Quisenberry's card. No error check, but we have a base hit to left. Drops in front of Wilson. Now, we haven't had one of these. Wilson! We haven't had one of these yet. A base hit on the pitcher's card brings the base runner 2 bases on a single. So, Simmons will score. Thomas at first now. It's 4-2. That brings 2 more deductions from Quisenberry. And Ogilvy comes to the plate. Now we got something going. It's 4-2 Royals, bottom of the 9th. Nobody out. All right. So, Quisenberry, the stretch, checks Gorman at first. The delivery to Benji is a 2-9. That's on Ogilvy's card. A 61 is in the out range for the LP Ogilvy. A 32 is a ground ball to White. God bless America. White goes to Washington for 1, and the relay to Wathan is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 4-6-3 double play turned by the Royals. And there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. It's now Don Money, but he's being called back to the dugout for the unexplainably hot-hitting Roy Howell. And he's going to bat as the last chance saloon for the Brewers in the bottom of the 9th. Quisenberry, the stretch, and the delivery to Howell. That's a 4-7. It's on Quisenberry's card. A 44 is in Quisenberry's out range. LN is Howell's rating. A 46. Ground ball, George Brett. He's up with it. He throws to John Wathan. And the Royals win the ball game by a score of 4-2, although the Brewers had chances in both the 8th and the 9th. Give you the totals in this one. For the visiting and victorious Kansas City Royals, 4 runs, 9 hits, and they committed 2 errors. The Brewers, 2 runs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, and they committed 1 error. The winning pitcher is Larry Gura. The losing pitcher is Bob McClure. His record drops now to 0-2. The save goes to Dan Quisenberry. This is Status Pro Baseball. Thanks for being with me, my friends. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, @KurtBerglund14. Have a wonderful day. So long, everybody.